Now let's join our host, Beverly Sills, General Director of the New York City Opera, at the movies.
Every night I am longing to hold you close to my eager breast. Wanting love in that heaven I'm dreaming of makes that heaven seem far above any hope that I'll gain my quest. Dreams are vain, but I cling to the merest chance that you may hear me. Dreams are vain, for whenever I wake, I never find you near me. Wanting you, nothing else in this world will do. In this world you are all that
Aren't they wonderful? When I was a kid, the movies of Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy were, for me, a magical world of escape and make-believe. There were even fan clubs for Jeanette all over Brooklyn, and we exchanged photos and buttons, and we even wrote her some letters. She represented everything that was glamorous and exciting, and who wouldn't have killed for her red curly hair and the chance of performing with a good-looking guy like Nelson Eddy? As young teenagers, we went to the movies to see New Moon and Desert Song so often that many times a duet between Nelson and Jeanette turned into a sing-along. When I became general director of the New York City Opera, high on my list of priorities was a determination to bring some of these great operettas back to the stage. And I'm happy to say that all of our operetta productions have been great successes. Those lilting melodies remain not only a source of excitement, but represent one of the richest periods in the history of the musical theater. Even today, when we perform these exciting operettas, the audience in the theater still joins in uninvited for a sing-along. So those of you at home, feel free to do so too. I'll see you later.
So stupid. Monsieur Ribot is the secret eye of King Louis XVI. He has just arrived on the new moon and is coming up from the dock now. And remember, we must show him that we can act just as dignified as they do at the court of France. Monsieur le Vicomte Ribot. Here introduce our faithful servant of our King. Here is Monsieur Ribot, who made all Paris free. Here Louisiana will be happy, we know. Here is not a man or not time to be. Captain de Var, allow me to present le Vicomte Ribot. To have you sail on my ship has been a great honor, monsieur. To have you as a guest in my home, an even greater pleasure. My entire household is at your disposal. My friends here all wish to be considered your friends. My servants, your servants. My daughter.
Very charming. Will you ask them all to leave?
Oh, but they're all anxious to help. Mr. Boudoir, the great detective, has secrets.
Quite the contrary. I have no secrets. They may all stay. I always let the criminal know just as much as I know. We start even. I've come to New Orleans to find Chevalier Robert Michon.
Oh, no. Well, what is the charge against him?
Riot and murder.
This revolutionary mission aided a certain poet named Philippe Dupré, whose wife had run out on him. They killed 3 men,
including the king's own cousin, the Duc de Clichy.
De Clichy is dead?
Quite. Disgusting.
Naturally, the king declared him a common enemy and issued an edict of death. Oh, and you suspect that he's escaped to New Orleans?
My dear sir, I never suspect. I'm always certain. Just as I'm certain that your servant, standing on that balcony, stole the wine from that table.
Alexander!
Michon indentured himself as a bondservant and was sold to a planter in America. Monsieur Beaunoir, you bought that bondservant.
He's here? A desperate man? An enemy of the king under my very eyes?
Quite so, monsieur. And I wish to personally inspect all of your servants in half an hour. Fouchette! Fouchette is the only man who can identify our criminal. Our criminal whose family motto is never surrender. We shall see. Come, Duval.
A jury, pass the word. I want all the bond servants lined up in front of their quarters in half an hour.
Yes, monsieur.
See that no one is missing.
Yes, monsieur.
Pass the word, but do not tell Mademoiselle Marianne. I do not wish to alarm her.
Of course not, monsieur.
A murderer in my household, mon Dieu.
Master, we're in trouble.
Alexander, will you forget that I'm your master? Forget that you were ever my servant.
Sorry. Trouble is, I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
Yes, I know I'm stupid. I've had complaints about it. Sir, Ribot is here.
Ribot?
He knows you're in Beaunoir's service. What if he catches you? He'll never believe you killed those men in self-defense.
Alexander, don't worry. Ribot will never take me alive. I planted a pistol in the garden. When the time comes, I'll use it.
Say, listen, why don't we run away? Wouldn't it be a lot safer?
No, not yet. First, I want to say goodbye to someone.
You certainly cover your tracks. I never saw you look at any of the girls. Who is it? Jeanette, the upstairs girl?
No.
Marie? No. It ain't my Julie.
Alexander, I'll tell you who it is. It's my mistress.
I know, but who?
Oh, Alexander, you don't understand. It's our mistress.
What?
Mademoiselle Marianne!
Beaunoir's daughter? And you want to say goodbye to her?
I want to tell her who sang to her last night in the garden.
Well, who did?
I did.
And they tell me I'm stupid.
I'll sing to my love and I'll tell her the secret I keep in my heart.
If her father once overhears you, they'll wheel you away in a cart.
Marianne is what they call you, but there's no name describing all you could mean to any lucky fellow. Oh, lucky fellow, will it be? In your eyes an elfin gleaming could make me lose myself in dreaming and hoping to someday you may dream of me. Marianne, I want to love you. I'll repeat it every day, dear. Marianne, I want to love you. It's a simple thing to say, dear. Were there more praises to sing and phrases to bring, I'd sing them to you. Let others doubt them who will, but I would be still believing them true. And though you may never love me, I will never cease to woo you. Though you're flying high above me, I will try to fly up to you. I know the worry and strife that come with a wife, but here is a man who'd gladly give up his life to marry you, Marianne.
Gentlemen, please! Gentlemen, please! You cannot storm in upon Monsieur Bonbois this way. Do you wish to alarm Mademoiselle Marianne?
The last thing we want is to alarm Mademoiselle Marianne. You know that. But we demand to speak with Monsieur Bonbois face to face now. Well, Bézoc, here is my face. Speak to it now. Go on, Bézoc. Tell him what we're here for. Monsieur Bonbois? We just docks in with the new moon. And then we finds out we's to leave again tomorrow with a cargo of them brides bound for Martinique. But my bride's ship, the Bijou, has run aground with 200 women on board. If those brides fail to reach Martinique by planting time, I'll lose every sou I put into that voyage. 200,000 francs. You promised that we was making the last voyage of the season. And as a bonus, we was each to get 10 acres of land. Bézoc, one more voyage. And then one more, and then one more.
Please, stop all this racket. Mademoiselle Marianne is coming.
Marianne, we want to love you. We'll repeat it every day. Marianne, we want to love you. It's a simple thing to say.
Well, then all praises sing and praises ring, we'd sing them to you. Let others doubt them who will, but we won't still believing in true.
And though you may never love us, we will never cease to woo.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome back. What a handsome mustache. Bonjour, Pierre. For me? Fine friends you are.
Fine friends. They refuse to make one more voyage for your father. I'll lose 2 years' profit.
You mean you won't sail?
He can't force us to make another trip for a lot of women.
Is that what Father told you? You mean you didn't tell them the real reason? Perhaps I shouldn't tell them.
Tell it.
Well, you see, the whole trip was planned for me. The women were an afterthought.
What are you talking about?
I know you didn't want me to, but I must. You see, I'm in love. But I'm in love with a man I have no business being in love with. Father doesn't approve. I thought the only way to forget him would be a sea voyage.
You poor kid. Who's the fella?
He's a mysterious stranger who serenades me from my garden. Oh, don't ask me to tell you any more, please, but oh, my trusty friends, won't you reconsider for my sake?
Well, fellas, what do you think? I believe you got them. How did you think up that quick lie?
How do you know it's a lie?
Marianne, we've known you since you was a little snip of a kid. We seen you through the whooping cough and the measles, and I guess love is pretty much the same thing. We'll take it, but that's the last trip. No more.
Oh, I feel like a little girl who looks up to her sailors as her big brothers.
And we still are.
And will you let me hold the wheel sometimes?
Sure. She's more at home on a ship than he is.
As a child on an old sailor's knee, I would hear every tale of the sea, and my eyes would open
come home, we can roam, cutting through the spray of silver foam.
Then from across the globe, we will return with you.
Bring back the same old friends
that you swear are true. So at last you'll be setting sail with us.
Will you be a passenger or one of the crew?
She'd be the first girl ever on a ship's crew.
Oh, no. I know one girl you've always taken along with you. I've always envied her. Oh, how I'd like to take her place. Let me be like a bird on the prow, riding high on the roar of the sea, like a queen on a throne in a bower. When the moon isn't there, my good shepherd always have to follow me. In the blast of the gale we'll be tossed, and a mast or a sail may be lost. Through the night, through the storm, the morning sun will shine on the girl on the prow. Let me be like the girl on the prow, flying high on the roar of the sea, like a queen always have to follow me. In the blast of a gale we'll be tossed, and a mast or a sail may be lost. The morning sun will shine on the girl on the
Mademoiselle Bonnoir, I do not believe we've had the pleasure. I am the Vicomte of Ribot.
I am delighted to welcome you to our home.
You do me the honor of showing me your famous garden.
Monsieur, I'd be delighted. Alexander?
Don't bother me, woman. I'm following Monsieur Bonnoir's orders.
What orders?
I'll let you know as soon as I get them.
Alexander, I give up. You're such a flirt. I may just make up my mind not to buy your bond. I'm gonna buy him for my very own.
You see, I'm attractive.
Next week is my birthday. I get my inheritance, 60 francs. And I want to buy his bond.
But Alexander belongs to another girl. I saw her mark on his chest.
You did?
Yes.
Alexander? Open your shirt.
Not in front of the ladies. It might be too much for them.
Alexander, I want to see your chest.
You shameless hussy! How dare you want to see my chest before our wedding night? Open it!
C-L-O-T-I-L-D-E. Clotilde. Do you expect me to marry you and wake up in the middle of the night and see that name, Clotilde, spread across your chest?
Don't worry, honey. I sleep on my stomach.
This is the end. My heart is broke. It will not mend, and that's no joke. The man I love's a trifler, a wolf who wears the clothing of a sheep.
Am I to blame if women prize my manly frame, my sexy eyes? She knew I was a trifler, so I say as she sows, so shall she reap.
If he begged a melody, he could not make up with me.
Bye-bye!
Alexander, won't you come back? Alexander, darling, I can't live without you.
No, my girl, my love is dead. After all the things you said.
Alexander! Reprimander! Alexander! We are ready! Know that you are not gorgeous Alexander, give me all your love. Why can't you be always true to me alone?
Selfish woman, what can you be thinking of? Heaven sent me for the good of a starving womanhood.
Gorgeous Alexander, you're too bright to be any single girl's exclusive property. Why do you slander with these women, Alexander, when I tell you it's together I'm the best? You're not so persuaded to our gorgeous Alexander.
How can I decide until I've tried the rest?
Give me some advice. I've been practically engaged to Marianne for 7 years now, and you know, I haven't even kissed her yet. Well, just when I get to that point, something interrupts.
You think you might get your nerve up now?
Yes, Perhaps. Good. I could ask for no better match for my daughter than my ship's captain. But don't waste any time. Take her by storm. Marry her before the ship leaves, then sail on your honeymoon.
I'll propose to her tonight or die in the attempt.
I'll send her in.
Whatever shall I say to her? Marianne? No.
Marianne, you are the most beautiful. No. Darling, 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 darling.
You are the most ravishing snuff box I have ever misplaced. Have you seen my snuff box?
Why, no, sir, but I'll gladly help you look for it.
Oh, never mind.
Very good, sir.
Perhaps I should be more physical. Dearest darling. Darling, dearest. You are the most intellectual woman I have ever known. Oh, you have a head on your shoulders like Marie Antoinette. Ah, yes. I've heard how you've triumphed over all my sailors.
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh.
You know our family motto, always win.
Always
Always win.
a good principle. It's been my way to win and win quickly. Until I met you. Marianne, how can I make you say yes?
You're asking me to teach you?
Yes. I'm seeking the hand of a maiden in my incompetent way. With passion my poor heart is laden, but I don't know what to say.
Perhaps you should sing her a love song with words more tender and gay.
I'm not very good at a love song, but your command I obey. When I am here with you alone, and you're alone with me, love, a place with only you, my own, is just the place to be. Love. Now we're cooking. When your eyes divine look up into mine.
I beg your pardon. Mademoiselle, the chef wishes your approval of this evening's menu.
Must he know that right now?
I'm sure it will be fine.
If Mademoiselle would allow me to make a suggestion. In place of the native jambalaya,
Oh, really?
Yes.
perhaps a bouillabaisse with crayfish and lobster and minor crustacea would be a bit more elegant. Very good, mademoiselle.
When I am here with you alone, and you're alone with me, love. When I am here with you alone, and you're alone with me, love. Move over, Wolfgang. When your eyes divine look up into mine. There's only one place.
I beg your pardon, Captain Duval.
Can't you stop this fellow from roaming about the house?
You left your snuff box in the other room. I thought perhaps you might want it.
Well, you thought wrong. I don't want it at all, and I don't want you. Now, leave the snuff box on the melodeon and get out. Now look what you've done. You spilled it all over the melodeon. Now get out of here. Out! Oh, it's terrible. And now, mademoiselle, I will continue to play with myself. When I am here with you, alone, and you're alone with... Sorry. A place with only you, my own, is just a place to be. I beg your pardon. Just a moment. When your eyes divine look up into mine, there's only one place I will... Oh dear, that was a wet one. Now, mademoiselle, you will sit here, and I will sit here, and I'm going to start and finish this song. Ready?
Ready?
When I am here with you, alone, and you're alone with me. A place only you, my own, is just a place. When your eyes divine look up into mine, there's only one place.
Alexander, aren't you ashamed of yourself for making so much noise? Take that trunk upstairs to Captain Duval's room.
Couldn't I put it in the cellar?
Upstairs! No, you wait here, sir. Mademoiselle Benoit and I are going out into the garden, and God help the man who disturbs us.
Sorry, Captain, but your trunk is in the cellar.
Come, Marianne.
But George, your song.
I will never sing again.
Alexander, we've got to get away now. We'll join Philippe at the Café Creole. Get our things together and meet me in the garden.
In the garden?
Yes. I just want to see Marianne one last time. Perhaps I can be alone with her and tell her I love her.
Love her? Master, you are a bond servant. You're just something she gives orders to.
Yes, and what Marianne needs is someone to give orders to her.
Oh, you're crazy. We'll never get out of here. She'll have you thrashed within an inch of your life.
Marianne's been spoiled. She's grown up like a weed, untrained, untutored. Her idea of strength is throwing a childish temper tantrum. No. Marianne needs someone to remold her. She thinks that she's a great lady, yet at court among real ladies, she'd be a mere nobody. Here she just happens to be the big pig in a very small sty.
Oh!
Robert!
Oh. Your orders, mademoiselle.
My order shall be to have you thrashed.
Very good, madame.
Now don't move from that spot. You crawl to me on your hands and knees and tell me that everything you said before was untrue.
Mademoiselle, I am reminded that it is only the truth that hurts.
You shall be thrashed. I said it, you shall be thrashed.
Very well, mademoiselle, if that is your pleasure.
It is not my pleasure. Robert, what did you mean by saying I'd be a nobody in the court of France?
I merely meant that you are not versed in the ways of court life.
And how would you know such things?
Before I was sold to you, I lived in the home of a nobleman.
Well, you are not in his home now. I am in command here, and you will remember your place.
Then, am I forgiven?
Well, not that much. You will remember that servants are to be seen and not heard. Also remember, people do not master me. We have a motto in our family, inherited from generation to generation. Always win.
Ah, that is a pity, mademoiselle, because we also have a motto in our family. Never surrender.
What is it, mademoiselle?
Oh, nothing. I just lost my temper with one of the servants.
Which one?
No, you wouldn't know him. A rather handsome fellow named Robert.
Robert?
Imagine a bond servant telling me his family motto is never surrender.
Never surrender? Yes, that is a strange thing to say.
Look, there he is out there standing by the lilac bush. It hides him from my window. I venture if I went to my balcony right now, he'd sing to me, the silly fellow.
The silly fellow must be in love with you.
In love with me?
Why don't you go to your balcony and see?
I think I will. Just for fun. I think I will.
I do. Cosette! Cosette! Look! Out there! Is that a man? Wait. It's a desperate character. I take no chances. There he is, the perfect target. We'll say I shot him in self-defense. His song is ended.
They're not worth it. None of them.
What, monsieur? You have no love of women?
An old man. For me, women do not exist. A woman's friendship glitters like a false gem. It lures you with its fire, but its value, nothing. bright romantic splendor. Fickle as she, faithful never, fickle as she, and clever, so will it be forever, forever. Softly, as in the morning sunrise, the light of love comes stealing into a newborn day. Oh, flaming with all the glow of sunrise, a burning kiss is sealing the vow that all betray. For the passions that thrill love and lift you high to heaven is the passion that kills love and let you fall to hell. So ends the story softly, as in an evening sunset, the light that gave you glory will take it all away.
Curiosity, monsieur, but they say you are the Frenchman who punished the Duc de Clichy for, may I say, trifling with your wife? I am. And in the fight, there was a nobleman who took your side and killed the Duke.
There was.
Robert Mission. I'd like to shake that fellow's hand. He's the kind of leader we want.
Leader? Is there some uprising afoot?
Yes, against tyranny.
The tyranny of the rich. I take it everyone in this room is waiting for the downfall of the king and his nobles.
Every one of us to a man.
There is one one traitor here.
Where is the traitor?
Name him. Maybe he means himself. I mean you, old man. Philippe, do me the favor of taking off this old man's hat. You see before you Monsieur Ribaud, the eye of His Majesty King Louis XVI.
Stay still, everybody!
Going to that door, the man who seeks to stop me will get a bullet through his heart. Seize him! Monsieur Ribaud, I may just require that you remain my prisoner for a while. Landlord, right here. Have you a good room where a gentleman might remain comfortably tied up for a day or two?
Well, put him in the cellar.
And before you go, would you mind undressing?
What do you mean?
I just want to borrow your clothes for this evening.
My clothes?
Oh, it's all right. I'll let you borrow mine. You'll find them much warmer in the damp cellar.
Pay for this.
Really, monsieur, you are most ungrateful. A moment ago, you sought my life. I am only seeking your coat and breeches. You realize this is treason to the king? But after all, monsieur, they're not the king's breeches.
Monsieur, this man is ruining our coat. Thank you, monsieur.
Robert, please come. Gentlemen, is he not all I said he was, eh? Robert, we need you more than ever. They tell me that Beaunois has broken his promise to give each sailor final pay and a parcel of land.
We won't never see it. He holds it back while he ships us off with a cargo of floozies bound for Martinique.
Robert, we're gathered here with a definite purpose. Freedom. Over in France, revolution looks impossible. But in this country, they've already broken away from one king.
What they did to George of England, we can do to Louis of France.
Cannot build a new world out of rotted timber. Out there is the Gulf of Mexico. Beyond that is the Caribbean. And in the Caribbean is a virgin island, the Isle of Pines, a new country. There, gentlemen, with your help, we shall see a new moon rise on a nation not of discontented revolutionists, but of men with ideals. We will need ships and men. The men. That is all I care about. Find them for me. And I do not care how many we start with, as long as they are the right kind of men. Give me some men who are stout-hearted men, who will fight for the right they adore. Start me with 10 who are stout-hearted men, and I'll soon give you 10,000 more. Oh, shoulder to shoulder, and bolder and bolder, they grow as they go to the war. When there's nothing in the world and a whole tomorrow plan, when stout-hearted men can sing together and to man. Who have dreams, if you act, they will come true.
Here they come!
Alexander!
Yes, master.
Do you see this rabbit foot?
Yes, master.
Go back to the party at Beaunois.
Oh, but master!
I'm going to send you a message, and you'll know that it's from me by this sign. You understand?
Rabbit's foot, message from you. Oh, but it's dangerous.
Go back to Beaunois and wait for me. Go!
Robert, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just going back to Beaunois for a few moments.
And you dare take that chance? You're a runaway servant. They'll take you prisoner and thrash you.
They won't even know I'm there. I'll be wearing a gentleman's clothes and a mask.
A mask? But why are you going some mad adventure?
It's the adventure of kissing the woman who ordered me thrashed.
And you'll take this risk for a woman?
Philippe, what is there to life unless you risk something? Come now, don't worry. I'll be back within the hour. I know the worry and strife that come with the wife, but here is a man who'd gladly give up his life to marry
as in an evening sunset, the light that gave you glory will take it all
Still to come, the tunes, One Kiss and Lover Come Back to Me, all on board the New Moon.
Isn't it nearly time for your cotillion?
Yes. Julie, arrange the cards and give Alexander his instructions.
Certainly, mademoiselle.
I'd like to win the lottery with its prize of one kiss.
Ah, that's right. The man who wins a lucky number has the privilege of kissing the hostess.
Marianne, couldn't you fix it so that I might get number one?
Oh, George, that wouldn't be fair to the others.
But Duval, if you can't win the kiss, why not steal it?
Oh, no, Papa. There is still a better way.
Oh, for God's sake, tell me.
George, go to the melodeon and sing me another love song.
Never!
Oh, Marianne, why don't you give that poor captain a kiss?
Oh, no. I'm saving that kiss.
For whom?
For an unknown someone.
Oh, you're so primitive.
Perhaps so. But when my special someone arrives, he will have been well worth waiting for. Oh, I'll know him instantly, and he'll never have to ask for that kiss. In this year of 1792, our conventions have been thrown all askew, and I know I'm out of date when I see one faithful lover true. To be really in fashion today with the numbers. Now, when the cotillion starts, all you have to do is give out the numbers.
What's the idea?
The lucky man who picks number 1 wins the privilege of a kiss from the hostess.
Do I get to draw a number?
No, you only give them out.
This is a rotten job.
Alexander. I want to get number 1. You will take care of me?
I'll take care of you all right.
You'll remember me. I'm wearing this peach coat.
Are you giving out the tickets?
Probably.
Can you see that I get number 1? I want to dance with Marianne.
50 francs for just one dance?
Yes.
For 75, I'll give you an encore.
Don't forget, I'm wearing the peach coat.
Alexander. I want number 1. Do you understand me?
Not yet.
You understand me now?
Much better.
It'll be the first time I've ever kissed her.
100 francs for just one kiss? And I've been giving them away.
Alexander.
Say, are you a good girl?
Why, yes.
Are you sure you're a good girl?
Of course I am.
Then why are you wasting my time?
I have a message for you from a gentleman in a white coat and a silver mask. He told me to give you this rabbit's foot.
I don't want that.
It's bound to bring you luck.
The rabbit had 4 of them. It didn't do him any good. Oh, rabbit's foot. Be sure I get number 1. Oh, no!
You must find Monsieur Bonnoir.
But gentlemen, Monsieur Bonnoir has guests.
Well, he's going to have a lot more guests if them bride ship women come in. They're storming their way here now.
Find him.
She'd better find Bonnoir. What does he think we're going to do with all those women? They've been 12 weeks at sea without a man.
Their troubles are over.
So you like swimming?
That's my profession.
I guess you've never been married.
I'll bet I married worse ones than you.
I'll bet you didn't. Did you ever have a woman terribly in love with you?
Look at them bites. Look at them bites. And they ain't mosquitoes. They're all women.
Yeah. But how would you like to have a woman do this to you?
Clotilde!
Clotilde? Brother-in-law!
Alexander! What's the matter with him? Oh, Alexander, take Faye back to Monsieur Bonnoir's study. Hurry! Hurry, Faye!
Someone get me a chair. Speak! I want to speak to Bonnoir and no one else. I want better food, better treatment, and I don't want any conversation with you. Get Bonnoir.
But Monsieur Bonnoir has guests.
Good. Tell him there are 40 more waiting in the garden.
Now I know you've had a long journey.
I don't need your sympathy.
It's a terrible journey to take just to get a husband.
And I don't need any more husbands. I had plenty at home. I have 4 scattered somewhere.
4? You think by now you learned how to hold on to one?
Oh, I don't know how to hold their husband. Indeed. It's so simple. Right across their chests. I have them tattooed. Clotilde.
Clotilde. Alexander.
Timber!
Bonnoir says that you're going to have to get rid of all of those... Whoa.
My husband, baby!
Monsieur Bonnoir wants to know if there's any more. Whoa!
My husband, baby! Now wait. Your name. Oh, it's so silly. I know it. Oh, I know it. Your name is... No, don't tell me. Alexander!
I didn't do anything.
Nothing but desert me on our wedding day.
It wasn't my fault.
Oh, we were to go to the theater and have a champagne supper. By the way, that date is off, isn't it? When I didn't hear from you for 3 years, I jumped to that conclusion.
You forgot to take me home with you, and I didn't know where you lived.
Oh, I got home from the wedding, and I waited for you all night. Just as dawn was breaking, I heard soft footsteps approaching the house. They came through the gate, up the walk, up onto the porch. I threw open the door. It was my mother.
Ha! Are you still here? Someone calls? Alex, darling, put her out.
Alex, darling, what is this woman to you?
What woman?
The one with the short legs.
Clotilde, this is Julie, my fiancée.
Fiancée?
Julie, this is Clotilde, my wife.
Wife! Alexander!
Why do you not take your chance with the others?
My dear sir, I never take chances. I'm always certain.
Monsieur Ribot, where have you been?
I've been dreadfully tied up. Now I'm going to set my trap. Ah, the bait is here. And the quarry arrived sooner than I had expected.
Should I stop the cotillion?
Oh, stop nothing for me. First you shall have your party. Then I shall have my party.
Who is this young cavalier? Who is here? This brother's here now.
Put your hand right in, monsieur. Any number.
Number 1. 11. Is that number 1?
It's better. It's 2 1s.
To you, monsieur, I grant the privilege of the victor. A dance.
And a kiss.
And a kiss.
And I have one more privilege to ask.
What is that, monsieur?
Before I kiss Mademoiselle, I should like to speak with her for 5 minutes. Alone. I'm afraid that's highly irregular, sir.
Captain, I am in command here, and I grant this gentleman's request. Everyone, please leave.
Mademoiselle, allow me to compliment you on your most elegant ball, equal of anything at the court of France.
I am very pleased to hear you say so, monsieur, whoever you may be.
I am a man who has been near you, who has looked at you, longed for you.
Well, if you've been near me, I must have looked at you.
Ah, mademoiselle, you have, but you have seldom seen me.
You wanted 5 minutes to tell me this.
I wanted to tell you that, although I have won the privilege, I don't want to kiss you.
What?
Except on one condition.
But don't make it too difficult, monsieur.
I may never see you again. And so, if I take you in my arms and I kiss you passionately, I want you to return that kiss
passionately.
Ah, but monsieur, I never surrender.
Ah, but mademoiselle, I always win. My heart is aching for someone, and you are that someone. You know the truth of my story. You must believe what you see.
I truly someday love someone from somewhere they'll come. One innocent story that you tell me.
Wanting you every day, I am wanting you. Every night I am longing to hold you close to my eager breast. Wanting love in that heaven I'm dreaming of, makes that heaven seem far above any hope that I'll gain my quest. Dreams are vain, but I cling to the merest chance that you may hear me. Dreams are vain, for whenever I wake, I never find you near me. Wanting you, nothing else in the world will do. In this world you are all that I
Every day I am wanting you. Every night I am longing to hold you close to my eager breast. Dreams are vain, but I cling to the merest chance that you dreams are vain,
for whenever I wake, I never find you near me. In this world you are all that
dancing right into my arms. Take off his mask. Call him by his full name. He is a nobleman and renegade, Le Chevalier Robert Mission. Thank you for your aid, mademoiselle.
Do you mean that she conspired with you to trap me?
Oh, would you mind? There's a paper in the pocket of our coat. That's it. His Majesty Louis XVI de France greets his servant. We command Jean-Jacques Ribault to discover Robert Mission traitor and deliver his body to the Bastille. It is further commanded that said Ribault shall be aided by every faithful subject of the king.
Mademoiselle, I am glad to learn that you are faithful.
You, a traitor.
Master! Quickly!
Tie them up and take them away. Monsieur Benoit, the sooner we can set sail, the sooner we can treat Paris to a most amusing execution.
Very well, Ribault. You've won. But long after my amusing execution, something will live after me, and that spirit will eventually destroy you and your king and all the cruelty you stand for. And you, mademoiselle, you too have won. But long after this night is over, you, like your friend here, will be haunted. But you will be haunted by a dream of love. And you will remember that one day you made a mockery of it. Dreams away made, but I clung to the merest chance that you might hear me. Dreams were made. I'm awakened to find that love is nowhere near me.
A very pretty sentiment. Now, monsieur, you mind going inside and taking off our clothes? They suit me better.
Please, mademoiselle, I no longer care to hear your voice.
Set sail.
We agreed to take Mademoiselle Marianne to Martinique, but all the way to France, never.
Why can't I go all the way to France with you?
Quite unnecessary, mademoiselle. The others have to go. To disobey a command of the king is treason.
But I want to go.
But why should you want to go?
Why? To be with you, Georges.
I told you, Duval, she's always loved you.
I doubt it. I know whom she loves.
What do you mean, sir?
Ask her.
Marianne?
You pompous fool. You see so much and yet so little. You may know criminals, but you know nothing of a woman's heart. Of course I love Georges, but I must be on that boat with him.
One peace, one man to set me free. One love for him alone. One word, and nothing more. To tell him I miss. One word.
a will, tramping still, the anchors off the ground, and we are outward bound. So ho, 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 so ho, 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 so all together now, he-ho! I thought I was shipping on a man of war. I'd have never come if I'd have known it was going to be a home for destitute females.
Push, boatswain.
Boatswain. Bosun!
Oh, with men like you around, females could not be destitute. But they might be all the more female.
I hate the sight of everything what calls herself a female, for hell is what they always bring to every happy free male.
Good can come of Pendulum, that'll let them into you.
Oh, I hate the sex what they make correct.
Already sailor rules.
There is no need to either wailing orders. Like kingfish and gigantic captures.
Oh, I hate the sex to be on our decks, hanging round our necks, just a hound and vex.
If our lips once touch, you will find it won't hurt much. Oh, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Funny little sailor. Oh, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What is making you so coy? You say that papers to you. We only lag behind. We will never take.
Take it over there.
We're really very harmless. He's a sailor harmless when he has a girl to hold.
Please run away and leave us. You cannot deceive us with a word of love unbound. Now smile and show your dimples and all those teeth of pearl. For a sailor's eyes can bring his eyes from this adoring girl.
So smile and show your dimples and all your teeth of pearl. For a sailor's eyes can win sweet sighs from this adoring girl.
Sailors, pull to! Sailors, salute! Bring the prisoners here. Remember, give no information, not a word.
When do we eat?
Robert Mission, on the night of your arrest, an uprising occurred in the streets of New Orleans. Tell me what you know about this movement. So you still refuse to talk. I don't know if you're aware of your position on this ship.
Oh, I think I am.
And you continue to defy me.
Captain, your ship is taking me to the guillotine. It costs me nothing to be defiant.
So, Alexander, come here. Come here! I understand we've forgotten to feed you for 3 days.
Why remind me?
Oh, Alexander, I think you're a good fellow.
After I've had a hunk of steak, you'd be crazy about me.
You'll get plenty to eat if you tell me what I want to know. What was the purpose of this gathering? Who were its leaders?
Well, you see, it's like this. I wouldn't know.
Continue to starve him.
Oh!
Caesar, today is the Queen's birthday. Let us celebrate by serving the crew mackerel and those sweet sugar dainties from New Orleans.
Say, listen, couldn't I tell him?
Quiet.
I could tell a lot.
Can't you stop talking?
Can I help it if I'm delirious?
Take that chatterbox away!
Say, was that fresh mackerel or salt mackerel?
Salt mackerel.
Don't care for it.
You, Robert Mission, I'm going to force you to talk.
You are you?
Yes.
All this show of courage is false. I believe you are a coward. Every traitor is. Captain, it must take real courage to insult a man in chains.
Take him to the brig. Sailors, dismissed!
Captain, you mind sending the prisoner to my cabin? I too have some questions to ask him.
Very well, take him to Monsieur Ribot's cabin.
How can you strike a man who can't defend himself?
This is discipline.
I don't understand.
Captain, we've picked up a suspicious sail on the horizon.
What flag?
Can't make it out, sir.
Well, keep a sharp watch. If she lays a course to follow us, report to my cabin immediately.
Aye, aye, sir.
How curious to take Robert's side. Captain Duval is the man to whom you sang an impassioned love song. The man for whom you came on this voyage, at least you told me so.
Don't you believe me?
Unfortunately, mademoiselle, I still believe you came on this trip to help Robert.
You are mistaken.
I believe he would risk anything to be with you.
You are mistaken again. He hates me. Thanks to you.
That may be. But, mademoiselle, I must warn you. Don't try to help Robert. We shall be watching. Bouchette!
Julie, what shall I do?
Do as Ribot says.
I must free Robert.
Free him? Mon Dieu!
But wait. You are in love with him. Oh dear, we are in trouble. Julie, take this note to Jacques. See if he can find some men to release Robert and Alexander tonight. We will divert the guards. We will divert the guards. Julie, be strong. Help me.
can hear it from here.
Change the watch!
Sir, this prisoner has a few things he'd like to tell you.
Oh, he does he? All right. Talk. What does that mean?
I can't talk. I got a pain in my throat.
Turn him around and bend him over. I'll give you a pain that'll make you forget your throat. 1, 2.
My throat's much better.
Sharkbait? I got a job for you. Clotilde has been chasing me all over the ship. She's madly in love with me.
That ain't love, must be scurvy.
Clotilde has got to have all the love she wants, and you're the man that can give it to her.
That's no job for a man. That's a week's work for a regiment.
The next time you see Clotilde, you're to make violent love to her.
How do you mean, violent?
How do I mean? Violent!
Oh, violent!
Give me some man who was half-hearted men, and I'll soon give you 10,000 more.
Oh!
You know, if I had a suspicious nature, I'd think you two were avoiding me.
Well, tell your troubles to him. He's begging to see you. In fact, he wants to kiss you.
Kiss me?
Yes.
He never wanted to before.
You never kept your mouth closed long enough.
Come, feel my aching arm.
Wait a minute. Take it easy. I gotta work up to this.
Look, Romeo, I'm over here.
Violent!
Clotilde! Clotilde! I like you better.
Alexander, kiss me.
You sure you wouldn't mind?
If I do, overpower me.
This is the first time I ever got loved and Simonized at the same time.
Pretty God of mine is singing, lover, come back to me.
You leave my man alone.
You seem to forget this is my husband.
He's engaged to me.
Honey, why don't you walk up like?
Why,
Bosun, run up the colors. He's got the fight of his life on his hands.
Burn the gun! Bearing down!
They show their
pretty soon.
That's right. Hand me that glass, yes. What ship are you? What ship, I say? Show your colors!
They're going to board us!
That guy, take off his chains, make him fight! Away, flag, Bezak!
captain be damned! Men, we work ahead! We're fighting for our lives and our women! Take that man below! I'm captain now!
And we set out with my friends in order to save you, and here we are!
Men, I propose that this ship belongs to all of us in common, and I propose that we sail for freedom on the Isle of Pine.
We'll attack pirate ships, and what we take at the risk of our own lives will not go to some fat merchant.
All will be divided evenly, share and share alike!
Gentlemen, I propose we choose for our captain and governor Robert Mission. All in favor say aye.
Aye! And for first lieutenant, I'd like my companion, Philippe.
Aye! And am I still your bosun?
Hey! Wait a minute. I'd like to get even with him for the way he's treated me. Make me bosun over him.
Sure. Alexander for bosun!
Is this fellow under me now?
Yes.
All right, sailor. Get me some fresh mackerel. About face, forward, march!
Men, there are new uniforms below. Fit yourselves out. The rest, pull in.
Does this mean salute me?
Why?
Is this mutiny?
You surrendered your ship.
I know what I can expect of you, but what are you going to do with Marianne?
We're dealing with you now. But I am quite prepared to forget the past. Will you join us?
Join mutineers? You can kill me first.
Very well. If you wish, you are free to leave.
You don't mean that.
We're a couple of miles off the coast of Florida. The sea is calm. You can have a longboat to row ashore. Any man that wishes to join his captain, step forward. You lunch. And you, Jerry. Very well. And you, sir. I don't recognize you. Your name? Jacques Cousteau. Monsieur Ribot, I believe I shall require the pleasure of your company. You cannot ask the chief of police to become a pirate.
Sure, it's a promotion.
Alexander, take charge of this man.
And what about this one?
Take charge of him as well.
Oh, what a vacation. About face, forward, march.
Alexander! Captain Dumas.
My pleasure. To the longboat, Captain. About face, forward.
Don't touch me.
Jeez, what a nice uniform.
Jack, take your men and launch the longboat for Captain Dumas.
Aye, sir. And now, men, we sail for the Isle of Pines.
Men, before we sail, I want to ask your approval of my first law. Yes, we have here a ship full of brides. It is only honorable that each woman should have a husband to protect her and together start a family on our new colony. Each woman must choose a husband or else be taken in marriage.
Alexander!
Oh, no!
My husband, baby! My husband, baby!
Robert, you've stolen my father's ship. What do you intend to do with me?
I ask you to join us.
Never. Send me back to shore.
Mademoiselle, you've already missed your boat. There it is on the horizon.
And I'm to be a prisoner.
No, Every woman is free, as long as she has a husband. That is Robert's law. If you will not choose a husband, you must be taken in marriage.
Who would dare to take me?
Marianne, please, come to the island as my wife. Allow me to protect you. Forget that you're an aristocrat and join these people. Join me and share our dream.
For God and for liberty!
You fools! You dreamers! You can't defy the entire world!
Quiet! Quiet!
My friends, I'm not against you. I'm trying to make you see the truth. Who do I see? Sailors who served my father. Petty officers for whom I granted favors. Farm servants who knelt before them. Do you think you'll suddenly become rulers? Men need kings to lead them, not these hotheads, Robert and Philippe, who dazzle you with their silly talk. No, this dream of an island where all men are equal will end in disaster. I'm warning you, it's a wild and empty dream.
These are men who are stout-hearted men who will fight for the right they adore.
Listen, my lady. Does that sound like an empty dream?
10,000 more, oh, shoulder to shoulder, and bolder, they grow as they go to the morn. And there's nothing in the world can call for more of man. Let's love on it man, and sing together hand to hand. These are men who are stout-hearted men who will fight for the right they adore. Stark-eagled men who are stout-hearted men, and the truth reaches 10,000 more. Oh, shoulder to shoulder, and bolder, they go as they go to the morn. And there's nothing in the world can call for more of man. Where's the morning man? And sing together, hand to
In a moment, we return to great performances in the New York City opera production of The New Moon.
Hi. During the first act, it probably occurred to you that The New Moon sounds more than a little like the famous operettas of Franz Lehár. Well, it's hardly coincidence. Romberg was heir to this great European tradition. He was born in Hungary and studied music in Vienna. He immigrated to America in 1909 when he was 22, where he hoped to become an engineer. To support his studies, he had to work as a pianist in a dance band. Later, he wrote reviews for the Schubert brothers. In 1917, Romberg scored a major success on Broadway with the operetta Maytime. Though its roots were Viennese, there was something new about the score, a kind of down-to-earth sentiment that was decidedly American. Like Jerome Kern's operetta Showboat, New Moon was a bridge to later, more contemporary musicals by Rodgers and Hammerstein and Lerner and Loewe. In fact, Oscar Hammerstein, who collaborated with Rodgers on Oklahoma and The Sound of Music, was one of the lyricists for New Moon. So popular were the Romberg operettas in their time that films were made of them even in the days of silent movies. Even Jeanette's New Moon was not the first film of that operetta. 10 years earlier, Hollywood had filmed The New Moon with two great American opera singers, Grace Moore and Lawrence Tibbett. For some reason, the setting for this 1930 version was moved from New Orleans to Russia. Well, why not?
On a magic night, within his eyes, with the hand on the heart, but I will try to love only one night.
Today, there's a wave of nostalgia sweeping America, a longing for the way things were. It's a perfect time to take a new look at the Romberg operettas. To me, his shows are like great wines. Their vintage is rare, and there's a special joy in drinking deeply of them.
New booty ashore. Don't want to be late for our first anniversary celebration. Hey, nice stuff. This is our best haul all year. Hey, wait a minute. Something wrong with these pineapples. Ain't no milk in them. All right, men, move along. Hey, you face-act. Move along. You don't want to be late for your little wifey poop. Clotilde, this is your violent lovemaking. Violent. Happy anniversary.
A beautiful anniversary. This crazy colony is 1 year old.
And it will die on its first birthday.
Have you sent the message to the 2 French ships?
Duchenne is rode up to them with my message. I have assured the French that if they land tomorrow morning, there will be no resistance.
How are you gonna do that?
I will turn Robert's men against. They are rich now and tired of fighting.
Oh, but the men believe in Robert.
That belief I can destroy with a lie. Do you see this letter? It's amazing what a little forgery can do. Come.
Robert! What is it? Philippe, did I make a mistake? Mistake? It was my law that forced every woman to marry. And you chose Marianne. I had to protect her. And how has she rewarded you? You've been on the island the whole year. And you haven't even entered her camp. That is my business. It's all our business. Oh, Robert, you're not the leader you were. Marianne has consumed you. Women can devour men's souls. Softly, as in an evening sunset. Forget her. As long as she is near, somehow my hope will not die. Philippe, have you forgotten your wife? No. No, I'll never forget her. Nor I, Marianne. The sky was blue, and high above the moon was new, and so was love. This eager heart of mine was singing, lover, where can you be? You came at last, love had its day. That day is past, you've gone away. This aching heart of mine is singing, lover, come back to me, remembering every little thing you used to say and do. I'm so lonely. Every road I walk along, I've walked alone with you. No wonder I am lonely. The sky is blue, the night is cold, the moon is new, but love is old. And while I'm waiting here,
cabin of Marianne's. Oh, she don't keep it very clean, though. And I don't see any of his clothes around.
Oh, I'm sure Robert doesn't come here.
Oh, little innocent.
I'm not so innocent. I heard him say he's never even been in this cabin.
Well, it was his laws that forced every woman to marry. It sure forced me.
Me too. Clotilde, do you ever regret marrying Bézac?
Only when there are other men around.
Why do the poets throw us in confusion by sugarcoating love with false illusion? Why do we let romantic writers all conspire to cram us with fairy tales that make us seek one love alone serene?
Why not admit the fact that we are mostly polygamous? That men are men and girls are not. If you get what I mean. Love is quite a simple thing, and nothing so bewildering. No matter what the poets sing, in words and phrases miracles, birds find bliss in every tree, and fishes kiss beneath the sea. So when love comes to you and me, it really ain't no miracle.
They tried to libel good Queen Isabella, implying that Columbus was her fellow. It's true that just before he tried to cross the broad Atlantic, he came to see her now and then to have a little chat.
He taught her some geography, and then he left her flat.
Love is quite a simple thing, and nothing so bewildering. No matter what the poets sing, in words and phrases lyrical, let's find bliss in every tree, and fishes kiss beneath the sea. So when love comes to you and me, it really ain't. It really ain't. It really ain't. No
Seeing as Marianne and Robert are married, are you sure he doesn't sneak in here sometimes?
No. I'll tell you how I know. 'Cause she always wears plain cotton nightgowns.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that before? Cotton, eh?
There he is! Where did you get a beautiful negligee?
It came off the last ship they captured. Isn't it lovely?
Oh, it certainly is a shame no one ever sees you in it.
What's the matter with you?
Well, we just thought
Oh, I know what you thought. I heard every word from the next room.
Oh, now don't get angry, dear. After all, you are married and...
I don't consider myself married. I had no free choice. But since you're so curious to know, Robert never visits me here.
I told you all the time.
You sure must have lonely nights.
Who is it?
May I come in?
We were just going.
No, please stay. Please, go.
But you sent me a note asking me to come.
Oh, she sent him a note.
I sent you no note, and I asked you to leave.
Certainly. Oh, good evening, everybody. Oh, I see you got here ahead of me.
You knew he was coming?
Oh, I sent him a note.
Oh, he sent the note.
And signed my name.
And signed her name.
This is a matter that concerns just the three of us. Robert, Marianne, and me.
Oh, you want us, me and Julie, to go?
Yeah, that was my idea.
Well... Good night.
Will you both please leave?
But I have a little story for you. Once upon a time, a man met a girl at a ball. He kissed her. They fell in love.
Monsieur Ribot!
Monsieur Ribot is the name of the villain. A despicable, yet charming fellow. He led the young lovers to believe the girl conspired in the man's arrest, when all the time she was ready to move heaven and earth to save her lover.
Why are you telling him
Oh,
this?
I insist on telling you that she became engaged to Duval only to be on the boat to save him.
Marianne, is that true?
It's true.
And, monsieur, will you admit that you have been hopelessly gazing at this cabin for hours? You have been gazing for hours, haven't you?
It's true.
What a pretty story. The villain repents and brings the lovers together on a moonlit night in a romantic little cottage. And by some curious coincidence, they're already married. And now they have only one wish, and that is that the old gentleman should say good night. And so, good night.
Marianne, why are you crying?
I don't know.
Do you want me to leave?
I don't know.
Well then, I'll say good night.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. Robert, where are you gone?
I don't know.
You are my husband.
Yes. Your husband.
This is your home.
Our home.
One kiss, one girl to say before, one love for her alone. One word, one vow, and nothing more to tell her I'm her own.
One magic night, breathe his
wrong! They outnumber us, both in men and ammunition!
Men, you've just been informed there are 2 French ships in the harbor ready to attack us. These ships are here for only one purpose, to rescue an aristocrat being held against her will. I'll tell you where your leader is. Apart from being attacked, your leader is in there.
What have you done with Robert?
I gave him his wife and took away his colony. Hold him.
What is this?
Seize him.
I thought you said the natives were friendly.
Rebo! I want an explanation of this.
Isn't that self-explanatory? Take him.
Robert, he sold you out to 2 French ships outside the harbor.
What's all this excitement? Where's my husband?
The moment he's coming up the hill with several well-known members of the King's Navy.
At last, more men!
Quiet! Quiet! Don't waste your voice defending her. I told you she would be your undoing.
That's not true. Listen, all of you. You're turning against the best friend you ever had. Remember, I opposed you when you joined. I told you he'd be a bad ruler, doomed to fail. Well, he hasn't failed. He's turned this colony into a glorious success. Let the cowards desert him. But you who have stout hearts, rally! Rally!
In the name of Rome! Enter! And will do so. We welcome you and place our fate in your hands.
Are you Robert Mission?
Monsieur the Vicomte Ribaud, I sent you the message that enabled you to land.
Where is Mission? I am Robert Mission. Mission, you govern this island on the basis of equality for all. Is that true? It is. You profess loyalty to France, and yet you betray the king? One can be loyal to one's native country, and yet forswear its king. I agree.
You agree? A captain in the navy of the King of France?
There is no more King of France.
No King of France?
On the 14th of July, a little group of citizens burned the Bastille. Its flames kindle more flames in the heart of all men who love freedom. And now, Citizen Michel, the lilies of France have been replaced by the tricolor!
For democracy, liberty, equality!
Oh, hush up!
Cancel the liberty.
Those of you who wish to remain here under Governor Mission may be citizens of the new republic.
But I am the Vicomte Ribaud.
All aristocrats must die. If you wish to live, you must become Citizen Ribaud.
I am Vicomte Ribaud.
Take charge of this fellow. Those of you who wish to follow him to the guillotine may fall in line. Have you any more aristocrats on this island?
There is one, but I'll take charge of her.
Aristocrat, I'm Citizen Marianne Mission.
Oh, is she your wife?
Yes, and his faithful follower.
Hey!